welcome to TotallyBeads Live. I hope you're all well this morning. It's a bit dark, it's a bit cold here. I'm hoping to get this beautiful make done fairly quickly today. Obviously, it's being the 11th of November. I want to make sure that we are done before 11 o'clock so I can go and pay my respects. So I hope you're all well. Drop me a little comment. Tell me where you're watching from. What have you been up to? It's Friday, so we've got a wonderful weekend ahead of us. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make lovely little bracelets, really simple to do. I'm going to be using some gorgeous glass pearls and I'm going to be using some seed beads as well and a little bit of Tigertail. However, you don't have to use Tigertail. You could use a thread if you prefer. But the Tigertail, I think, is really versatile and good for most things. So I'm going to be doing that with you today. I'm going to take you over to the website now, really, and I'm going to show you the different colorways that you can have to choose from. So off we go to totallybeads.co.uk, and you can find us on our website, all of our tutorials that we do for you there. So here we are on our website. We're going to click into categories and scroll down to video tutorials, or you can find us on the logo at the top there or a little bit further down the page. So today we're going to be doing the Layla bracelets. You can see they are very, very pretty. And we've got 4 colours for you to choose from. Now, each kit makes 4 bracelets up, and we've also got a 2 for £7 as well. So we've got a beautiful denim blue, which is going to be using the silver findings. We've got a light brown, which is going to be using champagne findings. We've got a beautiful ivory colorway for you on the gold. And we've got a red with beautiful clear seed beads, which I think is a little bit festive. And that is going to be on the silver findings for you as well. So your clasp and your calotte and your jump rings are going to be in those colorways. As I say, they are £2 for £7, or you can buy each individual kit for £4.50, and that makes 4 bracelets up. So I'm going to show you just what you get in your kit, and everything you need to make those 4 bracelets will be included in the kit for you. So you're going to get some Tigertail, which is very, very lovely. It's like a nylon coated wire, so it's very strong, very durable, and it will make your bracelets fit very nicely. You've also got your glass seed beads, which are going to be in size 11 on these ones. You've got a beautiful blue colour. They go gorgeous with those pearls. You're going to get your calottes and your lobster clasps as well. So this is how the denim blue one looks when it's on. And this is it as well. So you can see, if you want to, you can scroll down and you can see exactly which seed beads that we're using and what colour rounds that we're using as well. 6mm rounds and your size 11 seed beads. So that one is your denim blue colourway, making up 4 bracelets for you today in your kits for just £4.50. We've also got the gorgeous light brown, which is on the champagne findings, and this is going to be the one that I'm demoing for you today. So again, you're going to get your pearls in there, your glass pearls, which are 6mm. You're getting your seed beads, size 11, your crimp beads, your calottes, and your lobster clasp, as well as your Tigertail. So there's your beautiful light brown colourway. Again, bring in the kind of champagnes and the gold, so you could say that's festive too. It's more autumnal, this one. Very, very pretty. We've got the gold with ivory, so you're using these beautiful seed beads here. Scroll down, you can see what pearls you're getting as well, which are the ivory round glass pearls. And this is your gorgeous bracelet in the pale gold. So 2 kits for £7 today. Each kit makes up 4 bracelets. So if you want, you could make up 8 bracelets for just £7, which is a bargain. Again, if you're looking to gift and make to sell, then these are a really good kit for you to get, because you're going to be able to make plenty. And this one is your red. So we've got those gorgeous clear seed beads for you in the size 11. You can have a little look down there, and we've got those very pretty red, very festive, reminds me of Christmas. I think the seed beads are bringing the ice and the snow. So everything you need in your kit today to make 4 bracelets: your Tigertail, your pearls, your seed beads, your crimp beads, your calottes, and your lobster clasp. £4.50 per kit. So I hope there's something there that you like. You'll see how easy it is to do. I'm gonna say a quick hello to you all. Now, I've got quite a few of you here, so good morning to you, everybody. Good morning to Elaine. Hello to Francis. Hello to Camille. She says it's a bit dull here. Hope you're well. I'm good. I'm glad to be with you this morning. I had a poorly little boy yesterday evening. He wasn't feeling too well, but he's right as rain this morning, so I've sent him off to school, and hopefully I won't be getting a phone call to go and pick him up anytime soon. Good morning to Angela. Hello to Tutu. Good morning to Lucy. Hello to Mina. She says good morning to her beading family. Good morning to another Elaine. Hello to Bobby. How are you doing? Good morning to Edward. Mina saying red and green would make a lovely Christmas make. It would. It would. I mean, I planned these quite a while ago, so I wasn't quite sure when I was going to be doing them. But always trying to bring a little bit of festive, but keeping it subtle so it doesn't have to scream Christmas at you. But if you want a bracelet that screams Christmas, then you could always maybe get another colour of pearls, which are the 6mm rounds, or you could get some different coloured, maybe the green seed beads with that. That would be lovely. Hello to Joy. Good morning to Jackie. Lucy shared the link for you today. So we are totallybeads.co.uk/Facebook tutorials, and it is the Layla bracelet for you today. Thank you for that, Lucy. Good morning to Anne. No, Lucy, there's no pink one, I'm afraid. I'm sure you've got enough pink pearls in your stash, and maybe pink seed beads too you could make something with. Good morning to Judith. She says it's sunny where she is in West Lothian. Oh, Mina's got a day off. She says she's coloured her hair, or she's going to colour her hair after the live and hoover the house, and then she's going to play with beads. You might want to play with the beads first, Mina, and then hoover up, and then if you drop anything, you've tidied. No one would know you've been beading today. Good morning to Sharon. Hello to Elaine. I know I've noticed that as well. The pearls are missing from the contents list, but I promise you, you do get the pearls. They are 6mm, and they are rounds, and they are glass pearls, and they are very pretty. Good morning to Elaine. Hello to Ruth. And hello to Yo-Yo Crafter. She says, good morning, everybody. Sorry I'm late. You're not late. We are just getting going. So I'm going to take you down onto the mat, and I'm going to show you these lovely bracelets. Just move my tiger tail there out the way. Thank you, Ruth. She says, please press the like button. Actually, before I go down on the mat, on YouTube, last week, I think it was, I noticed it, we hit 10,000 subscribers. So thank you so much for everybody who watches us. If you do watch us on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because it's going to mean that you don't miss out on any of our lovely, lovely makes. So thank you for that, Ruth, to prompt me. Good morning to Shirley. Mina says, Natalie, if I do my housework first, then mother-in-law would not moan about cleaning the house. Fair enough. And Camille is giving me a round of applause. Well done, Totally Beads. That's a huge milestone. Oh, it's 10.1 now, Lucy says. That's amazing. I can't believe that. I don't know why I've reminded myself of that, because if I actually think that there's that many people watching, or with the potential to watch, then I'll get very nervous and I'll probably make a mistake. So yeah, we'll forget about that. It's just me and a few friends making. That's how I have to think about it. Right, on the mat, here we go. So we've got these gorgeous denim ones for you today. You will notice, Lucy, I've changed my nails. I've not got the moons or seas anymore. I'm going for these little amethyst crystals. So these are the blue denim colorway ones. So you can see you're getting those gorgeous rounds, and you're getting your seed beads, and they're really straightforward to do. We're just going to be attaching them with the little calottes, and then adding on a little lobster clasp. I'm doing it with the Tigertail, but if you really want to, you could do it with something else. That's up to you. This is the gorgeous brown on champagne. This is the one I'm going to be demoing for you today. So really straightforward to do. Just picking up those seed beads and creating those little loops. I've also got this little pretty, which is the ivory gold. Really, really lovely. We do, Angela. She says, we owe Kitty and TotallyBeads a huge thanks for keeping us going through lockdown. It's the least we can do. Do you know what? If I think about what would have happened if I hadn't discovered TotallyBeads, I wouldn't be sitting here now with you. So yeah, lockdown, we had a lot of fun, didn't we? Mandy says, good morning, Natalie. Hope you're okay, and everyone as well. Just showing off these gorgeous bracelets. And then this is your kind of festive one. So this is your red with the clear seed beads. So your seed beads are size 11s and your pearls are the 6mm. Now, when I first started experimenting with these, I did try to use some little wire guardians, and I also used some crimp covers. And you could use that, but what I found, it was really difficult to get both ends of those Tigertail through that little wire guardian at the end. So I changed it up and I just went back to my trusty Calotte, because I'm going to be able to get both ends of my Tigertail through that, no problem. Ooh, Mina says these would look good for chokers. Yeah, they could do. I don't really wear chokers. Don't really know why. It's not really me, but yeah, if you like them, you could. They would look really pretty. They've got a nice shape to them. And good morning to Joanne. She says, good morning, Natalie and everyone. It looks like a very pretty make. So let's get going. I'm going to take 2 lengths of my Tigertail, and I've cut this to about 35 centimeters. I always like to have a little bit extra so I can make sure I can get that through my Calotte okay, and give me something to hold on to. Now, in terms of the length of your bracelet, I've used, let me check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 14 pearls on that one. And I think that's giving me about an 8-inch bracelet. So I don't need an 8-inch bracelet to fit small wrists. I'm probably going to use 11 pearls today. And it's the 11th of the 11th, so I think that's quite fitting. However, you can just carry on making those repetitions. You're going to get plenty in your kit today, and it's going to make 4 up for you, 4 bracelets in your kit. So if you need to make it smaller, you just add less. If you need to make it larger, you just add more. So I'm going to take both ends of my Tigertail, and I'm going to hold them up together. I'm going to get my Calotte out, and I'm going to get my crimp beads out too. Now I'm going to double crimp, which means I'm going to put 2 of my crimp beads on, because I want to make sure it's nice and sturdy. As I say, I did try it with the wire guardian, and I did think it worked when you first use it, because you can just bring one long length through. But then trying to get them, what would be essentially 2 ends at the end through the wire guardian, it was just fiddly, and I don't like a fiddly make. I want something easy that you're going to want to enjoy doing, and you're not going to get frustrated with it, and then I know it's going to be safe and sturdy, and it's going to stay together with my clasp. So I'm going to take my first Calotte. It's got that little hole in the bottom. Not going to get much focus today. There you go. And I'm going to pop both ends of my Tigertail through that hole so it sticks out of the top. And I'm going to take my little crimp beads, and if it's easier, just stagger the ends of your Tigertail so you can thread them both on, or both through that crimp bead. Sometimes I just find it a little easier just to stagger those ends. So once I've got my crimp beads over both of those ends, I'm just going to push them down flush together. I'm going to bring my first crimp bead, so the last one I put on, and I'm going to bring that up close towards the end and give that a little crush just to flatten that down. slide the next one up next to it and give that a crush. So I've just crimped my crimp beads and then up with the calotte. Close it over with my fingers. And then again, very gently with my pliers, I'm going to put a tiny bit of pressure on that just to close that over and make sure that these little eyelets are lined up nice and properly. Question, are the seed beads just craft seed beads? We've got a little bit of a mix of the seed beads in, so some of them are beautiful, like translucent ones. It will depend on which kit that you've got, but I think any will work providing you've got those size 11s. Yo-Yo Crafter says, I'm just starting my beading experience. What size chain works for an extension chain for a lobster clasp? Depends how long you make your bracelet, Yo-Yo Crafter. I tend to add on maybe a couple of inches, 2-3 inches. You don't want something too big and long and dangly, but it's always nice if you put like a little bead or embellishment on the end of that extension chain as well. And then it's a really good idea to use something with an extension chain, because if you are making to sell or you're making to gift to people, you don't need to be too precise with the measurements. You can just add that little bit of chain on. Lucy said, oh, Mina says, Lucy, I made a pink bauble cover last night and she's going to send you a photo. Don't just send it to Lucy, Mina. Put it in the handmade group. Let us all see. And David says, watching from the noisy coffee shop. I'll speak quite loud then, David, so you can hear me. What you're getting, I'll have a latte, please. Right, okay, so I've got my 2 Tigertail pieces through my calotte, and now I'm going to be ready to start beading. So I'm going to get my seed beads out and just going to pour a lovely pile of them onto my mat, and I'm going to pick up one end of my Tigertail and I'm going to thread on 6 seed beads. So I tend to pick them up just with my fingers, but if you want to, you can use your end of your Tigertail like a needle and you can pick it up that way. So I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on one end, and I'm going to slide them down towards my calotte. So when I push them up in a bit, they're going to sit pretty. And then the same with the other end of Tigertail. Got a little bit of a kink in this one, so I'll be trimming that off later. I'm just moving those crimp beads out the way, because what I don't want to do is pick a crimp bead up instead of a seed bead. So I'm picking up 6 each time. Onto both ends of my Tigertail, sliding them down, and then I'm going to pick up one of my pearls. So when I pick up my pearl, I'm going to take one end through the hole, and then I'm going to take the other end of my other Tigertail piece, and that's going to go back through the hole but in the opposite direction. So I've got 2 of my Tigertail ends, and then I'm just going to start to slowly pull that up by pulling on both ends. And it's going to start to create this little shape. That's twisted already. When I give it enough of a pull, it will flatten back out. So as I pull them down, my seed beads will push nicely against the calotte and up towards that bead. So, oh, sorry, I meant the size hole in the chain for the lobster clasp to attach to. You're going to have to just experiment, I think, with the chain. As long as your links aren't too small, most will get through, no problem. Sometimes you can get chain which is a little bit finer. I'm not too sure. It will also depend on your lobster clasp, I suppose, as well. Could you make this using Fireline instead of Tigertail, says Elaine? I'm pretty sure you could use pretty much anything. Yeah, you could use the Fireline, you could use thread. You just need to go back through it, I think, to just steady it up a little bit. You could also use your like nylon thread as well, whatever your heart desires. But the Tigertail, I just think, makes it nice and sturdy and gives it quite a nice shape. So I'm going to add 6 on again on one side and 6 on the other side. And I'm just going to keep repeating that. It's really straightforward. Now, if you want to, you can experiment with more seed beads to get larger kind of loops in between. I think the size of these loops in between the beads just fits quite nicely. You could even do a mix of colours on your seed beads if you really wanted to. But I think they look quite nice having all the same. I love the colour of these ones. So I've got 6 on one side, 6 on the other. They'll slide down to the bottom. So it's looking like this. And on I go again with my next pearl. Taking it through one end. And then the other side and the Tigertail is just going back through the opposite end of that pearl. So I've got them coming in on both directions. And then I can give it a little pull down. Now it will start to kind of flip a little bit. It's going to start to create this curve already. Don't worry too much about that. It will flatten out, but you might get a little kink in it to begin with. So there you go. On with the next one. So I've made my first loop. And on with the next. So 6 on one side. I say I tend to pick mine up one by one, but you can thread them on. I suppose it depends what mat and what surface you're using, to be honest. But you can see here, I'm just picking it up, using my Tigertail a bit like a needle. You could do this with a needle if you're using thread or something else, but if you've got the Tigertail, you don't have to. And you know I'm not great with a needle. I'm doing exactly the same like pattern and stitch as I would be, just, I don't know, they always split on me. I find I get fiddly in thumbs. So 6 on one side and 6 on the other. And that is how easy it is to make this bracelet. I'm just going to keep repeating those very simple steps of adding on my seed bead and then popping my pearl onto both ends of the Tigertail and then pulling that down together. So I'm just taking both ends of my Tigertail and I pull them fairly evenly. If I just pull one side, it's going to go like that. So when I get towards the bottom, I just give it a little pinch and a pull. Just going to move that back through the other end there though. There you go. So I'm starting to create these little loops. And as I say, if I want to make my bracelet longer, I'm just going to keep adding more of those loops on. If I want to make it smaller, I'm just going to add less. That little kink at the end of my Tigertail here is really annoying me. I think I'm going to trim it off because I think I'm going to have plenty. Famous last words. I've cut 35 centimetres, so I should have more than enough. So that's 4, 5, and 6. See, I can pick them up much easier now. And the same on the other end. So on the left side of my Tigertail, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're going to probably hear me do a lot of counting today. Let's move my pearls out. So picking up the pearl, threading the end on one side and back through the opposite side with the other end Tigertail. Start to pull that down. So as you see, it does start to create this little curve in your bracelet, and that will sit nicely onto your wrist, but it will flatten out. So I usually find once it's been in its position for a little while, it does flatten out again. So on with the next. So everything in your kit today, everything you need, your seed beads, which are your size 11, your Tigertail, your crimp beads, your Calottes, your pearls, going to be enough to make up 4 bracelets in your kit. So an absolute bargain, I think, today. Six on one side. See, Angela also likes the idea of using a choker. Says you could make a nice choker, bracelet and earrings. You're going to get enough in your kit. You won't be getting your ear wires in though, so you'd have to use some ear wires out of your stash. I don't know, I suppose with a choker, you definitely need an extension chain on that because everybody's neck's going to be slightly different sizes, aren't they? I don't know what size my neck is. I don't know whether you do. I've got an idea of my ring size. I've got an idea of my wrist size, but I'm afraid I don't know what size my neck is. I'm not including my extra chin, so. Though I have, my husband always thinks I'm absolutely crazy. When I'm buying like jeans or something, there's so many shops now that you can't try clothes on. So if you're ever wondering if your trousers or the jeans will fit you, if you pick them up and you hold them so you've got hold of the waistband, so both sides of the waistband held up together, if you put that around your neck and it comes and the ends of it meet, then apparently that's meant to fit you. And I don't know why it works, but it does. And I've tried that method quite a few times. I've been in a shop and thought, jean sizes particularly, depends on what size you go, like what shop you go to. Sometimes I'll pick a pair up and I'll be like, oh, they're a size such and such. And then they won't fit. And then the size that's technically smaller does. So it does depend what shop you go to. So if you're never not sure, pop them round your neck and wear them like a cape. Don't ask me why it works, but it does. Good morning, Kath. Yo-Yo says, does anyone chase that one seed bead around because you can't let it win? Yeah. Are you watching me do exactly the same, Yo-Yo Crafter? Yes, I often do. So I'm just picking up some with absolute ease, like this. If I can hold my Tigertail quite sturdy, I can use it like a little needle because it's nice and kind of straight and strong. I can just pick up 6 seed beads on one side and 6 on the other. However, if it doesn't go on straight away, I will chase it round the table. Sliding my seed beads down and on with my next pearl. So it really is a quick make. And your pattern repeat is so simple. It doesn't take an awful lot of thought. You don't need to go back through it again if you're using the Tigertail. So sometimes if you're using thread, you'll see Miss Kitty does it because she does a lot of proper stitched beading jewellery. So she'll often come back through with the thread and run that back through the bracelet or the necklace or the beaded bead she's making, and that will just straighten it up and give it a little bit more tension. with the Tigertail, I don't find you need to do that. You can do sometimes I do it, but with the seed beads, you probably would get your thread back through, but I don't think you need it on this bake. So that's 4, 5, and 6. I think I may have missed a question, but I think Mina's answered it. So thank you, Mina. If anyone's got any questions, if I do miss it, then there's always someone in the group that's very helpful and will probably answer it if I have not. Elaine says, jeans would have to go 10 times around my neck to fit. Honestly, I don't know why it works, because I think, well, there's no way my neck is the same size as my waist, like twice, but it works. Try it. I promise I'm not making you just look silly in the shop wearing pants like a cape, though I wouldn't mind watching because it would make me laugh. I have to do it subtly. My husband's like, what are you doing? I'm checking if these fit. So I'm adding on 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think I'm going to have loads of Tigertail here because, as I say, usually I would be adding on about 13, 14 of these pearls to make these little loops, and that would probably get me an 8-inch bracelet. So I've kept the length of my Tigertail the same, but I'm just reducing the amount of loops or little repetitions that I'm going to be making in this one. There are 3, 4, 5, 6. Mina says, I could answer as I use Tigertail a lot for my simple necklaces. So was it asking about the diameter or the size of the Tigertail? Mina says, I've missed your comment. What did you say? A 0.45 is Mina's go-to. Nicolette says, I've become obsessed with beads and beading, such a relaxing thing to do. I blame you guys. Yeah, it's really addictive. But, you know, hobbies that you could have, then this is a really good one. You're getting to be creative. You're getting to use your fine motor skills. You're getting to relax. You're getting to play with lots of lovely sparkle. And obviously, not only does it make you happy, but you're going to get to a point, Nicolette, where you're going to have loads of bracelets, loads of earrings, loads of pendants, loads of necklaces. So you start gifting things, and then it's always really handy round, say, gift giving time, whether that be a birthday or Christmas, because you're going to be able to just gift whatever it is that you're making. And handmade gifts are a lot more personal. It's something that, you know, you're not going to get in the shop. You're not going to get on the high street. It's something unique. You put a little bit more thought and time into something. It can also be a lot less costly. You know, how much are these? If you're making 4 bracelets and your kit was £4.50, so that's just over £1 for your bracelet. If I was to go and buy a bracelet at the shop, I wouldn't be able to get one for £1. Not this lovely anyway. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you know, I find for me it's wire work. So I love doing wire work because I find it quite meditative. I think it just calms me down and relaxes me. So I've added on my 6 loops either side. My 6 seed beads either side, and that pearl's going to go on through both ends. I'm going to draw that through, and that is going to create my link. Now I'm just going to pop this around my wrist. I am going to add an extra one, I think. Let's see. Let's add my extra 6 seed beads on either side and see what length that takes me up to. 3, 4, 5, 6, and again on this side. So I know this is going to come down and add that extra for me. So I'm just putting it around my wrist again. Yeah, I am going to add one more for good luck, I think. And then if it doesn't quite fit, someone else gets it. So adding on my pearl, bringing the tiger tail through, pulling it down, creating that shape. And then I'm going to finish off with 6 seed beads. Onto one end and onto the other. And your seed beads don't have to be exactly the same, you know, they can be slightly irregular as well. You're still going to be able to create those loops. So this is how my bracelet is looking now at the moment. Camille says, me and a mystery, it's more like the buying and hoarding club. Yeah, well, we've all got, it's always, you don't want to not have something in your stash, do you? Sometimes I'll find something new, I'll be like, oh, I've not got one of them, I need to get some of that. And yeah, there's nothing worse than running out of like a particular colour finding that you want. So we do the essential findings kit on the website as well. So I'd always suggest get that. So you've got, you know, all the bits and bobs that you need in lots of different colourways. Right, where's my screen gone? Yo-Yo Crafter says, sorry, but I have another question. When adding extension chains, how do you make the actual bracelet? I'm aware that some people have smaller wrists. My wrist is 6.5 inch. Yours is probably about the same as mine. So what I would do is I would make my bracelet and then I would add, as usual, I'll show you how I'm going to finish it. So I'll add my lobster clasp, say, on one side, and I'd add my jump ring onto the other side. And then it can be attached and fastened to that exact measurement. If you've made it a little bit smaller and it needs to be larger, then all you need to do is attach a little bit of chain, or you can even add lots of jump rings together if you want to, but get a little bit of chain and just attach your chain onto the jump ring, and then you've got that extra little bit there. So then if I need to have my clasp fastened not at the jump ring, let's just pop these down, so pretend like this is my chain links. So if I've got my bracelet finishing with my little jump ring, excuse me, I can attach my lobster clasp onto that on the other side of my bracelet, or I can then attach it further down the chain onto one of the chain links. So I can make it a little bit longer if I need to. Mina says it's definitely dangerous going to a bead fair where I can just buy lots of beads. Yeah, but you can see them then. And then you know what you're getting. It's lovely to be able to have a little look at things in their actual colour, because obviously, you know, when you're buying things online, you can't always tell. That's why it's lovely to have these lives, because you get to kind of see them true to colour and true to form and shape. And you're your crafter. Don't apologise for having questions. That's what this is for. We're all learning together. So ask away. Okay, I'm going to take my calotte and I'm going to pop that through. So both ends of my tiger tail is coming down, meeting those seed beads here. I have got quite a lot of tiger tail left over. I'm then going to take my crimp beads, which I moved somewhere. Where have they gone? There they are. And I'm going to take 2 again. So this time I'm going to keep pulling up my Tigertail ends just to make sure that that's nice and flush sitting next to the clot and the seed beads. So I'm going to add my first crimp bead on to both ends of the Tigertail, and I'm going to pull up those Tigertail ends just to make sure that that clot is sitting nicely next to those seed beads. I'm going to come in with my pliers and I'm going to crimp that crimp bead nice and close. So I'm giving it a little bit of a pull with my fingers, making sure it's close down to the bottom. And I'm going to crimp my first crimp bead. And then I'm going to add my next one on. Again, making sure that it's going over both ends of the Tigertail. That one I can't pick up, it's because there's a little bit of fluff off my mat. Get rid of the fluff. The fluff does not come in your kits. I'm going to pop that next crimp bead right down so it's sitting on top of the other one. Come in with my pliers and crush that down too. And then with my cutters, I'm going to trim off those ends of Tigertail. And then going to come in with my fingers to close that clot down. Try and line them up properly. And then a little bit of pressure to just close over that clot. So it's looking pretty small, but I think this is going to fit me. We'll see. I might need an extender chain. So then I'm going to take one of my jump rings and I'm going to take another pair of pliers to open my jump ring up. So I'm taking all that surface area, getting a good grip on it, and I'm going to open it up towards me. Slide it on to my clot and then close it over by just moving it away from me. I'm going to take it slightly past the point where it meets to make sure it springs back and it is fully closed. Phoenix Creation saying, yes, bead fairs are dangerous, but I miss them. None here now in Fife. It used to be one in Perth where I first met TotallyBeads. Oh, isn't that lovely? Mina says, Natalie, I want to make this bracelet today, but I need to make snowflake and dino baubles. Decision time now. Oh, it's a quick make, Mina. You'll have this done in about 15 minutes. You can do them all. Now I'm going to open up my next jump ring. Excuse me, I've got a tickle in my throat again. I'm going to add that on, and this time I'm going to add on my Lobster Clasp. So for this colourway, I've got the beautiful champagne findings. Really do love this colour. And then I'm going to close it over. Oh, I can feel them rub together. So my bracelet is done. Now I'm going to try and put it on. I think this should be the perfect size for me. But I know I'm going to have Camille going, you should be using a hair slide. Let me just have a little figgle. Get hold of that Lobster Clasp. Come on, Lobster Clasp. Oh, I do want to put this bracelet on. I could put it on my stand, but I want to put it on my wrist. I've made it to fit, so I want it to fit and I want to show you it. I just can't get hold of the Lobster Clasp, just bear with me. We want jewellery that is easy to wear and isn't fiddly. Let me just check I can open that clasp. Sometimes they're a little bit stiff. There you go. Right, bear with, I do apologise. I need a hairpin, Camille. Can you see, can you hear me fiddling? Can't get it on. Right, I'm just going to hold it in place. This will be my beautiful bracelet. And they are very, very, very pretty. See, Camille says, see, you need one. I know I do, but it does fit perfect. Phoenix says, I use a pen to keep the ring still when it's in escape mode to clip them closed. That's a good idea. Have I got a pen to hand? No. Okay, so they're your beautiful bracelets. Really, really quick make, really straightforward to do. And I think they look gorgeous. So I'm going to take you quickly back on to the website just to show you those lovely colours. I'm pleased on the time. As I say, I do want to make sure that I'm finished before 11 today, but we've got plenty of time to show you the website again. So we are on TotallyBeads.co.uk. Today is the beautiful Layla bracelet, so you can come into the video tutorials. You can catch this at any point. We were talking before about lockdown. If you want to watch any of the videos and tutorials we've done during lockdown, they're all still there too. You've got about 2 years worth of beautiful products there, and at that point we were doing them daily. I say we, I wasn't doing them, I was watching them and making along daily. So today is the Layla bracelet. You are getting 4 bracelets in each kit today for £4.50. You can choose the beautiful denim blue, the light brown with champagne, which is what I've just demoed with, the gold ivory, or the red. And you can also get 2 for £7. So if you can't decide, or you're thinking, actually, I'd quite like to mix these colours up, I'm going to get the pale gold ivory and I'm going to get the red as well. And I'm going to try and see what those seed beads look against them. You can do that. Maybe the denim blue would look lovely with the ivory as well. Maybe the brown would look gorgeous with the ivory. I would suggest you get the 2 for £7, but that's just me. If you want, as you say, you're making 4 bracelets, but people have had really good ideas of maybe wanting to make you know, a choker and a bracelet. You could do that instead. So lots of different ideas for you to use a really simple, straightforward technique there. Oh, Camille says a bent head pin would work too. Right, okay. Lucy has shared the link for you. So we're totallybeads.co.uk/Facebook tutorials/Layla bracelet. And she also says it's a lovely make. Thank you so much. Phoenix is going to go and walk her dog with her husband, or is the husband going to walk the dog? Hello, Carol. How are you doing? And Joanne says, Natalie, you've given me an idea on how to finish off a gift. Thank you. Oh, well, that's good. Can you share it, or is it a surprise? We're not allowed to see. Once you've gifted this gift, pop it in the handmade group. I love to see creations. I've absolutely been thrilled to see a lot of you starting wire work. Some are becoming really quickly skilled at that. Others are saying, can't get my bail right. Just keep at it. You've created some absolute beautiful things, and it makes me very happy to think, as Joanne said, that I may give you a little bit of an idea on something. Joanne says she's going to share it once she's done, which is brilliant. Right, you lovely lot. Today's Friday, so I'm going to be back with you on Monday. Ooh, I've got some lovely necklaces. They're going to be really straightforward to do, but wait till you see what I'm using. I'm pretty sure they're new. Last time I went down to the warehouse, we had quite a few lovely new bits in. So I was just like a kid in a sweet shop. I was like, oh, look at that sparkle, and look at this, and what can we do with that? They're going to be really, really easy to make, and they're going to look gorgeous. They are proper statement pieces. I'm not going to give too much away. Do come and join me on Monday for that. Kitty will be back with you then on Wednesday, and I will see you on Friday again. So I will see you next week. Anne says she's a bit late and she needs to catch up. As soon as this video's ended, you'll be able to watch it back. So same to you, Mandy. Have a great weekend. Lots of love and light to you all. Take care and stay safe.